We want to welcome you this morning to our Drainage District Board of Directors meeting posted for today, April the 24th, 2018. Present are Commissioner Fuentes, Precinct 1, Commissioner Cantu, Precinct 2, Commissioner Flores, Precinct 3, and myself. We have a quorum. Please join us in prayer.
Thank you, Judge. Let us pray. Father God, again, we come to you just to give you thanks, Lord, for another great day that you've given us, Lord. Thank you for the opportunities you give us to come serve, Lord. Just continue to lift this elected board, this judge and 4 commissioners, Lord, that you've appointed to lead our great county, Lord. Give them your wisdom, Lord, that make the decisions that affect us all, Lord. And more importantly, also give them your peace, Lord. Your peace transcends everything, Lord. And we know that they have a difficult task dealing with all the issues that we have in our county, Lord. Give them your peace over that, Lord. We continue to pray for our country, our nation, our world, Lord, with everything that goes on around us, Lord. May just your safe touch be upon us, Lord. We lift up all the families here in Hidalgo County, our employees, our Drainage District employees as well, Lord. All of those that are battling illnesses, Lord. We lift them up to you. Put your healing hand on them, Lord, and be with their families as they deal with everything that they're encountering, Lord. We just continue to praise you, Lord, and continue to give you thanks for the opportunity that you give us, Lord, to do our best, Lord. And I ask this in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Under open forum, did anyone sign up, Mr. Kira?
Yes, sir. I will remind the audience that they're to please respect the speaker's time at the podium. Mr. Ramirez, we're in the district. To please respect the speaker's time at the podium. There is a 3-minute time limit. I will advise when there is 1 minute. Our first presenter or participant on the drainage is Dr. K.C. Fletcher. Dr.
Thank you. For the record, I'm Kenneth C. Fletcher. I live at 504 South Diplomat in FAR. It's Precinct 2, Cantu. And Judge, welcome back. I missed you. To catch you up a little bit, at last meeting I was at, I was complaining a little bit about a jury summons that I received, and it coincided with signing up, to speak at this last meeting. So I hope there's no direct connection to that. And also, I commend you on your commercial. I saw you strolling toward the courthouse, and everybody here has another job. So we thank you for your service on the County Commissioner's Court. But I have a gentle question about, is it... I can't think of the word. Is it proper, to badmouth the alternate site, like the Hidalgo County new courthouse? I'm thinking La Ciena is La Sanity, really, because I think it'll be cheaper in the long run and certainly be more accessible. And incidentally, I took that jury summons down. I knew to park over here because you can't find a place to park at around the county courthouse a block or 2 away. And I submitted it, but guess what? If you're 7 years old, they pointed that out to me. Hey, I'm old. I didn't turn on the back and read. You can be excused from jury duty. So thank you very much for that. And I want to talk today a little bit about the progress we've had in the linear park. It's a Hidalgo County project, Precinct 2, that goes through from San Juan through the city FAR to McAllen, and it's being completed at a rapid pace. So we thank you very much for increasing that. And Commissioner Cantu, people are actually using it with construction trucks and everything still there. The lights aren't on, but it's already in use. And that pathway has to be shaded, and the best shade is natural shade, so we need more trees and FAR, please. And in that subject, at Universal Park at about 10 o'clock on Thursday, there's going to be an Arbor Day celebration where the South FAR residents are going to be planting Texas native trees, and I sure hope you can make some time to show up there. And this is after 2.5 years of citizen-led effort. We're Tree City USA and FAR. And the only other tree city is in Brownsville, but they probably couldn't make that designation currently because there's too many restrictions and everything. So we're funded more than twice by the city of FAR, wise city commissioners, to grow more trees than FAR. And also I got a call, email actually from a colleague. He's studying at UCLA. He's going to return to FAR one day, but he started up thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next presenter is Hilda Torres.
Buenos días. Mi nombre es Hilda Torres y soy miembro de la organización La Lupe. Yo vivo en una comunidad de Edinburgh y quiero recordarles que hemos estado pidiendo que si el condado nos puede proporcionar un traductor en la junta de drenaje. Y gracias por su atención. Ojalá pronto tengamos alguna respuesta favorable. Muchas gracias.
Good morning. My name is Hilda Torres, and I live in I'm a member of Lupe, and I live in a community in Edinburgh. And I just wanted to remind the court that we've been asking for translation for this particular meeting, since we've been present and we really do not understand all the stuff that is happening. So we would like for you to consider this petition or provide simultaneously translation for us. Thank you so much. Hopefully you respond soon.
Yes, sir.
On our consent agenda, are there any concerns?
None that I'm aware of.
Move to approve. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Excuse me. Thank you. If I may, item 5, requesting approval of closing documents, parcel 3 and E5 as it relates to Cesar Chavez Drain Phase 2 project, and authority for the chairman of the board to execute documents.
Move for approval. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item 6A, requesting approval authorization to rescind action taken by the board on April 17, 2018, agenda item 64490 to award the project J09 Drain Improvements Phase 2 and roadway and field crossings, RFP number ACDD 118-015-0328 to Morewell LLC due to vendor reported a mistake on bid submitted.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Raul, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Who's getting the bid on that after that? Second bid?
Yes, sir. The second bidder, we have, and that's the next action, sir. 6B, requesting approval to accept bid and award a construction contract, second lowest and best bidder, meeting all specified requirements for FB number ACDD 118-015-0328, J09 Drain Improvements, Phase 2 roadway and field crossings, in the total amount of $516,587 to Rigney Construction LLC, as recommended by project engineer TEDS Infrastructure Group, subject to legal approval and compliance with House Bill 1295.
Move for approval.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. 6C, pursuant to Texas Local Government Code Chapter 262031, and in the interest of expediting a project's progress, requesting authority for approval for Drains District General Manager to execute change order that involve an increase or decrease in the cost of $50,000 or less, and in no event to exceed the change order statutory limits. The rendered contract price may not be decreased by 18% or more without the consent of the contractor.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Raul, I got a question on,
Yes, sir.
on B. How much was it more than A?
More than A, I believe it was around 40,000, Commissioner. I don't have that in front of me, but yeah.
Oh.
Yes, sir. I'll get that number for you, sir.
No, I just wanted more.
Yes, sir. Item 7, approval of budget amendment to the Capital Projects Fund 133 2013 bond series available balance in 2018 budget as approved on February 20, 2018 with agenda item number 63788.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item 8A, approval of budget amendment to transfer out $650,000 from the District General Fund to Capital Projects Fund 130 building account as needed for the award of the construction contract for District's administration building.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Commissioner, on your question, it was $19,513. B, approval of budget amendment for the Capital Project Fund 133 2013 bond projects to transfer out of the contingencies account $2,352,000 into the J09 East Anna Drain, Rado, and Precinct 1 Rural Drainage Development projects.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 9, requesting approval of supplemental agreement number 1 to work authorization number 2 for contract number C17140627 Delta Region Water Management Project with LNG Consulting Engineers, Inc. to reflect additional scope of services, shift the previously approved work proposal, fees to cover the cost of additional services, and updated work schedule. Zero impact on the budget.
Okay, second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 10, I believe we'll take that after closed session.
Pursuant to 551071 and 551072, I would entertain a motion to proceed to executive session.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We will be in executive session for a short while.
Thank you, Judge. On item 12A, real estate acquisition, no discussion. 12B, pending potential litigation. Proceed as directed, and 12C as well, proceed as directed. And if we can go back to item 10 on regular agenda, please.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
10A, in accordance with Water Code Section 49057 and Subchapter A of the Government Code, Section 2254, requesting approval to select and award the firm of Blanchard Law Firm for the provision of professional legal services representation in connection with the Dow County Drainage District Number 1 versus Intech Corporation et al. Appellate cause number 13-18-00123CV, and authority to submit letter of engagement subject to compliance with House Bill 1295 and legal counsel review.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. 10B, in accordance with Water Code Section 49057 and Subchapter A of the Government Code Section 2254, requesting approval to select and award the firm of Watts Guerra LLP and Blanchard Law Firm for the provisions of professional legal services representation in connection with the ongoing litigation and to pursue all remedies available to the district regarding the Ogden County Drainage District Number 1 versus Intech Corporation et al. And authority to submit letter of engagement subject to compliance with House Bill 1295 and legal review.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item C, discussion, consideration, and action on an order authorizing legal service for litigation with Watts Guerra LLP and Blanchard Law Firm.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item D, discussion, consideration, and action on contract authorizing legal services for litigation with Watts Guerra LLP and Blanchard Law Firm.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Motion. Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right. This time we're going to be convening a regular meeting of the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court posted for today, April the 24th, 2018. Present are Commissioner Fuentes, Precinct 1, Commissioner Cantu, Precinct 2, Commissioner Flores, Precinct 3, and myself. We have a quorum. Please join us in our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Almighty God, we come together today for the good of the citizens of Hidalgo County. Give us your wisdom as we make decisions that will affect them today and in the years to come. Help us to work well together, recognizing that each of us are here because we want what's best for Hidalgo County. We ask for your blessing and your guidance. Amen.
Amen.
Any concerns with the consent agenda?
Judge, Commissioners, if we could pull item 9A and 10D from consent agenda, and for the court take action on the balance.
Second, except for 9A and 10B.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And consent agenda item 9A, for the record, Commissioner Fuentes will be abstaining from any discussion and or action. We could have action on 9A.
Motion to approve. Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And item 10D, Ms. Marty?
Yes, let me read it into the record. It's actually a typo correction, but for the record, it is acceptance and approval to exercise the county's option to utilize the first of 2 one-year renewals options allowed under contract number 059 with same rates, terms, and conditions with CTC Distributing Limited for the provision of off-premises record storage, pickup, retrieval, delivery, and shredding services effective, and here's where the correction comes in, August 2nd, 2018 through August 1st, 2019, and not as posted.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
That is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Judge, Commissioners, with your permission, I'd like to take a couple of items out of order.
I'd like to take 15A first.
15A is the first one I wanted to take out of
I know
order.
they're about to have to go catch a plane.
Yes.
All right, Community Service Agency, Mr. Longoria.
Yes, Judge. Commissioners, thank you very much for taking this item out of order. I'd like to ask the folks to come on up. Item 15A is presentation of check from Direct Energy LP in the amount of $453,595 to the Neighbor to Neighbor Fund for the benefit of Hidalgo County residents for utility assistance. The amount listed is a combined amount provided to the residents of Hidalgo County over the last five years. Judge, Commissioners, as I mentioned in the statement, Direct Energy, better known as the Direct Energy companies, better known as CP&L Retail, here in our particular area, have over the last 5 years have donated over $400,000 to the Community Service Agency for distribution to the residents of the county. We're proud to say that it's a partnership that's been a long enduring one that has been beneficial to the folks of Hidalgo County. For instance, in 2016, we were able to help 697 families to the tune of $101,631. In 2017, we were able to assist 441 families to the tune of $75,306. And this year alone, we're at $73,610, and we benefited 493 families. What this does, as you well know, Commissioners and Judge, year after year, I come before you to mention that we're able to assist with our state funding about 6% of the families that are eligible in this county with state funding. When we receive private funding from the various companies, especially Direct Energy and CPL Retail, we're able to extend that into a greater number. And as I mentioned, it's well over 1,500 families that we've been able to assist in the last 3 years because of Direct Energy and CPL Retail. So I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the county.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
With me today, Judge, I have Jessica Michon from Direct Energy CPL, and I also have Jessica Mahaffey. She's the Vice President for Corporate Affairs for Direct Energy. I'd like to ask her to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Jaime. And Commissioners, it's our pleasure to be here. And like you said, really, this is just a celebration of the last 5 years of our partnership. And I think it's a great example of a public-private partnership at work. And we know that the agency does a whole lot more than just help people pay their light bill. I think when they walk in the door and they have a specific need, all of the programs that this agency and the caseworkers are able to assist them with extend well beyond just paying their light bill. So we're very pleased to be a part of this partnership and, of course, have full plans to continue it on in the future. Thank you for allowing us to come and make a presentation and share in this celebration today with you.
Thank you, and we apologize for the delay.
No problem.
Thank you.
Judge, Commissioners, we also have our board members with us, Mr. Julian Martinez and Mr. Armando Dominguez are with us today. I'd like to ask Mr. Dominguez to say a few words on behalf of the advisory board.
Thank you, Mr. Longoria. As a representative of the city of Mercedes, I can bear witness to the efforts that are completed out there, especially in La Mesa, which is the colonia north of Mercedes. The participants are most appreciative. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Judge, Commissioner, we can have a picture, if you would, please.
David loves pictures.
Yes. You need to show off 453,595.
You can see.
Don't lose the check.
Is that a real check?
No.
Yeah, we can't. Oh, yes.
Oh.
Lower the check. Lower the check. Yes. Okay,
Thank you all very much. Thank you very much. Thanks for serving. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jaime. Good job. Thanks.
Jaime, you want to wait and finish that second? You have one more.
Commissioner Judge, with your permission, I'll go on to item number 2 is authorization to accept and allocate program year 2018 allocation of $36,000 for the Neighbor to Neighbor Fund.
Second. Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 15B, discussion and possible action to authorize Hidalgo County Community Service Agency to enter into an agreement with the Superior Health Plan for the general support of smoke detectors for families of La Blanca, Edcouch, Elsa areas, with authorization for Jaime Longoria to sign any and all pertinent documents as recommended by the Hidalgo County Community Service Agency Advisory Board.
Move for approval.
Judge, Commissioners, for the record, Commissioner Fuentes is abstaining from any discussion and or action on this particular item.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
So it's authorization to accept and allocate the $5,000 to CSA Local Fund.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 15C, discussion regarding the upcoming public forums for the purpose of soliciting input for the 2018 Community Needs Assessment.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Just very briefly, Judge, Commissioners, what I have for you is a flyer, and actually this information will be appearing in the Monitor. It's for 3 public forums that we'll be undertaking in the Hueslaco, San Carlos, and FAR areas on Monday, April 30th, Tuesday, May the 1st, and Wednesday, May the 2nd. As part of our community needs assessment process, we're required to hold public forums to solicit input from the community regarding the needs of the low-income families living in Hidalgo County. Once we listen and we do questionnaires and we do a series of listening sessions with them, we'll put what we call our focus groups together. Our focus groups will be one in each of the 4 precincts. We'll develop a strategy and a community action plan. We'll put that together and present it to Commissioners Court regarding our strategy and our services that we're going to offer over the next year. So I just wanted to make sure that you gentlemen knew that these sessions were coming up on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Okay? Any questions?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, folks. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioner.
Judge, Commissioners, I do have one other item that I want to take out of order. I'm going to ask Mr. Ramirez to come to the podium with the court's permission. It's actually under item 10A, 1 and 2. There's no action under item 10A1, but under item 10A2, emergency situations occurring since last agenda meeting. Judge, Commissioners, and for the public's information, as I'm sure that the general public has experienced issues with our emails, either receiving or relaying or answering back emails. We did run into a bit of a situation. Mr. Ramirez's team for the last couple of weeks has been dealing with an internal issue with what we call Zimbra, which is our email process, our system. And so I'll stop at that and I'll ask Mr. Ramirez to give everybody an update on where we're at with the issue at hand.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Judge, Commissioners, General Public. I just wanted, again, to double up on what Mr. Guerra said. We're currently experiencing an issue with some of the county email accounts. Not all accounts are affected, some are. It doesn't recognize geography. The accounts are just sparse amongst the environment. It's a large multi-server environment. It is a large environment, so any troubleshooting steps that we execute take hours to result, and it may not get us the result that we use. So we're currently working a couple of plans, and we've got some high-end vendors engaged currently. We're also working on a solution to route some of the more sensitive email accounts to a more stable environment, for example, law enforcement accounts. That way they can continue to get emails even though it's a copy of their inbox. That's being worked on as we speak. We're confident we can get it resolved. It's just the size of the environment makes the troubleshooting and the work very labor-intensive, very slow. We were up till about 4 last night on one task, and now we've got to accomplish a couple more. So I'm just requesting some patience. Bear with us. Constituents, public, everybody else, use alternate means of communication. Don't assume that the email got in or not. We will get this resolved.
and again, that's the emphasis that we're asking everyone's patience with respect to the issue at hand. This is an issue that is over and above just routine glitches that occur. As Mr. Ramirez says, this will, not to get into details, but this will be the second or third attempt at a rebuilding, for lack of using the proper technology terms. But again, the emphasis with respect to addressing emails so that there's limited to no disruption is in the law enforcement judicial area.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay.
I think it's in all areas, but is this a time to maybe look at something that's a little more stable, and even if it's something that may be a little more expensive, we need something that's more reliable?
Absolutely. The economy at scale at one point benefited us hosting the environment, but now third-party cloud-based solutions are so cost-effective, and that's one of our plans involved. There would still be some downtime in migrating the environment over, but we will work to mitigate that to where there is as little downtime as possible. But it is an option that we are pursuing, Commissioner.
You are looking at
Yes,
some
sir.
other companies?
Yes, we are. We've got about 4 options on the table.
Are you talking to other entities of our size to see what they use and
Yes, we are.
their experiences and stuff?
Yes, sir.
It's because I'm getting a lot of text messages from frustrated department. I'm sure you guys are too, but just something.
No, and I
that-
can imagine. I apologize. Everybody's getting, and I own this, so of course I understand that you guys get it, and I understand the frustration that everybody's experiencing.
Because while the sheriff's department and the judicial may be important, so are handling day-to-day business, because we don't know what's coming in.
I absolutely
They're
agree.
assuming that it's coming in, right? That they're getting word to us.
Exactly.
And so, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What item, Valde?
Commissioner, we can go back to item 5.
Okay, item number 5, County Judge's Office. Is this you, Julia?
Good morning, Commissioners. Julia Sullivan, Public Affairs Office. And joining me is representing District Clerk Laura Hinojosa is her Chief of Administration, Ricardo Cervantes. Contreras, excuse me, Ricardo, I'm so sorry.
Same thing.
This is a proclamation in appreciation of jury service. Whereas the right to a trial by jury is one of the core values of American citizenship, and the obligation and privilege to serve as a juror are as fundamental to our democracy as the right to vote. And whereas our courts depend on our jurors, all citizens should be encouraged to respond when summoned for jury duty, because service by citizens as jurors is indispensable to the judicial system. And whereas a continuing and imperative goal for the courts, the bar, and the broader community is to ensure that jury selection and jury service is fair, effective, and not unduly burdensome to anyone. And whereas one of the most significant actions a court system can take is to show appreciation for the jury system and for the 22,800 Hidalgo County residents who annually give their time and talents to serve on our juries. And whereas the district clerk, together with the county and district courts in the county of Hidalgo, are committed to educating the public about jury duty and the importance of jury service, applauding the efforts of jurors who fulfill their civic duty, ensuring that the responsibility of jury service is shared fairly among citizens, supporting employees who are called upon to serve as jurors, and continuing to improve the jury system. Now therefore be it resolved that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court hereby proclaims the week of April 30th through May 4th as Jury Appreciation Week, and that the undersigned support the celebration of this week, which shall include various activities in pursuit of those goals, dated this 24th day of April 2018.
Move for approval.
Second. Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And I'd like to invite Mr. Contreras to say a few words.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. We've been celebrating Juror Appreciation Week at the courthouse for the past couple of years. It's a great opportunity to recognize our jurors for their time and contributions to the justice system. Just so that you know, we yield anywhere from 250 to 300 jurors at each and every one of our jury impanelments. That's both Monday and Tuesday. So we'd like to invite you to join us. to greet our jurors. We'll have some door prizes, pastries, and coffee, which have been donated by local businesses, not only in the Edinburg but McAllen area. So if you have a moment, please join us. You and the entire public are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
They always want to come. Are we good?
Just look at a little bit more to your left. Thank you. Smile, please. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. You too.
Thank you.
You should have a line.
Item 6, our DA's office.
May I proceed?
Yes, go ahead.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Rosalinda Cantu, presenting for the District Attorney's Office. Item 6A, requesting authorization and approval to purchase promotional items as a public purpose pursuant to Texas Constitution Article 3, Section 52.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 7, our district clerk. Our district clerk. Item 7.
If I can have Sergio join me at the podium, judges, commissioner. You want to?
Sure. Okay. Judge, Commissioners, at this time, we're going to be requesting no action on this item. I'd like to give some time to be able to visit with the district clerk and maybe propose some other options.
All right,
so we can
sir.
just take no action. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 8, our sheriff's office.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning,
Sir.
Commissioners. My name is David Friedland, a lieutenant with the Sheriff's Office. I have 3 items. Item A, 2016 Operation Stone Garden, requesting authorization and approval to submit a budget amendment and Price Act waiver in reference to Operation Stone Garden 2016.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item B, Part 1, pursuant to Texas Local Government Code, Subchapter D 263.151(2)A and or B, declaration of asset number 038708, issued firearm as surplus for the purpose of disposition. Part 2, pursuant to Government Code Section 614. I'm sorry.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And Part 2, pursuant to Government Code Section 614, requesting that Hidalgo County Commissioners Court approve the value of Lieutenant Tom Garza's issued firearm at the fixed asset value at $50.88.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
The last item, item C, 1, authorization and approval to purchase 51 new cell phone lines additions through the county's membership participation with contract DIR-TSO-3420 with AT&T.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Number 2, authorization and approval to migrate 91 existing cell phone lines from Verizon to AT&T.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Number 3, authorization and approval to activate the following cell phone plan: unlimited enhanced for smartphones, which includes unlimited talk, UNL text, UNL data, UNL enhanced push to talk, UNL mobile to mobile, UNL hotspot and tethering and basic AirWatch or mobile iron license for 142 phones at monthly rate of $49.99. Estimated monthly rate for 142 phones, $7,098.58.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Item 9, Constable Precinct 2.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Carlos Iris on behalf of Mardigan 2, Chief Deputy Armando Campos. We're here for agenda item number 64583. Number 1, authorizing approval to apply for the Operation Storm Garden 2017 grant with the Office of the Government Hospital Homeland Security Division through E-Grant.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Number 2, authorization to approve for the county judge as authorization official to e-sign the application from the relate document under E-Grant.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Number 3, approval for resolution of Operation Storm Garden 2017 grant to designate Judge Ramon Garcia as grantee, authorized official, and to sign required documents. On your sheet, it shows from a period from January the 1st, 2018 to August 31st, 2019. It should be April 1st, 2018 to May 31st, 2019, for the record.
Move for approval, subject to, what's that, Steve? Correction?
Correct.
Yeah.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Item 10B, appointment of member to the County Housing Authority Board by Precinct 2 and 3.
We're going to go ahead and reappoint the same individual, Noel Reyes, to the position.
For Precinct 2?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to reappoint the same person. Henry Rodriguez.
Yeah. All right, need a motion?
Motion. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Our HR.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners.
Morning.
Katia Garcia presenting for the Department of Human Resources. Item 11A, requesting waiver of the budget amendment policy, personnel-related amendments for personnel items listed.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 11B, just wanted to briefly explain. We had several corrections to the classification and compensation plan salary schedule and the classified position list. There were several reasons for these changes. Some of them were just title corrections. Others were change of statuses that were processed in the last couple of weeks. Also, job advertisements that were done before the CCP approval. And there was also some positions that were reflecting the budgeted amounts instead of actual amounts. So for this reason, we're requesting action on item 11B1, approval of the updated and corrected classification and compensation plan, revised salary schedules effective April 30th, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 2, approval of the updated and corrected CCP classified position list.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And also wanted to mention that the classification and compensation plan has been approved by Civil Service on April 19th, 2018. Item 11C, we will be taking no action at this time. And item 11D, Sheriff's Office, approval of the following personnel actions effective next full pay period. The department is requesting a reassignment of clothing allowance. We're requesting action to delete clothing allowance for slot 54, Senior Deputy Sheriff Step 4, in the amount of $500, and also to add clothing allowance to slot 209, Deputy Sheriff Step 1, in the same amount of $500.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Item 12, Urban County.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners.
Morning.
We are requesting no action on items 12A and 12B. And 12C is subject to compliance with House Bill 1295. When and if applicable, the Urban County Program is requesting approval to purchase the AccuFund software. It's a fund accounting software from THC Hope Incorporated, obtained through solicited quotes and demonstration of software functionality. The breakdown is as follows. AccuFund financial software for 5 of our users, 10 read-only users with modules for the general ledger, accounts payable, budgeting, fixed assets, and purchase orders for an amount of $15,035. The annual software maintenance fee of $4,030, and estimated consulting services, which includes installation, setup, and configuration, training, and pre-sales consulting of $16,650. Total amount of this purchase would be $35,715.
So moved.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item C2 is approval to renew yearly software maintenance as long as the Urban County Program operates AccuFund, and as long as the license agreement, terms, and conditions remain the same, continued software maintenance will be billed by AccuFund yearly.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. I'd also like to state, Judge, that the Urban County Leadership Conference was held this past weekend, and amongst the cities that received the Quick Draw Award, allowing us to help meet our ratio, was the city of Donna, and for the precinct, it was Precinct 1, Commissioner David Fuentes. So we met our ratio. We're doing really good. They're not going to take any of our money away. Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Item 13, our Health Department.
Morning, Judge Commissioners. Eddie Olivares, Hidalgo County Health and Human Services. Item 13A is requesting approval to submit contract budgeted amount request to Texas Department of State Health Services to amend the Preventative Health and Health Services Grant Contract number 537170287000001A. The purpose is to reallocate funds accordingly.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item B, sirs, Healthcare Funding District, discussion and action, including but not limited to Healthcare Funding District or exempt expenditures. There's no items there unless you have any questions.
You should take that off the agenda, Ed. We never have any.
Well, the only reason I keep it on there is because when we always get stuff coming in from Mr. Zaffarini or some of the hospital stuff, and it's like zero
time
notice on it. That's the only reason. And item C is approval, Indigent Healthcare Services, approval to pay 2018 pharmacy claims for Hidalgo County Indigent Healthcare Program, pilot program, in the amount of $144.37 with authority for the county treasurer to issue check after review and auditing procedures are completed by county auditor.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And the last item 2, discussion and action limited to Indigent Healthcare Program 1115 waiver and or expenditures. There's no items there unless there's any questions.
So moved.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Those in favor say aye.
I'm sorry. There was no action. That's my fault.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Ricardo Saldaña, Office of Emergency Management. I'm here before
Morning,
you.
sir.
Good morning. I'm here before you to discuss and consideration of approval of the Hidalgo County proposed administrative policy regarding essential employees and inclusive to the proposed amendment of Chapter 2 of the Hidalgo County Civil Service Commission rules related to the definitions of essential employee. This policy went before the Civil Service Commission on April 19th, 2018, and it was approved. Basically, this policy will allow us to create essential employees throughout the county for the purpose of during disasters, local disasters, or state of disaster declarations.
Move for approval.
What's the purpose of that?
I'm sorry, sir?
So if you're able to make them essential employees, what does that mean?
Basically, during a local state of disaster or a state of disaster, we'll be able to reach out to you, Commissioner, or any of the commissioners for some of your administrative staff to be able to support us in the EOC for either one of the functions of the EOC or to run the phone banks within the EOC, plus also some of your essential employees within your precinct, should you need them administratively, aside from your field personnel during those types of events, for us to be able to keep track and to conform to FEMA reimbursement requirements.
Basically to get reimbursement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 16, our planning department.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners. TJ Arredondo for the record. First item is preliminary approval with a variance request. Trevino's Brothers subdivision, precinct 4 is a 2-lot subdivision. Drainage is natural percolation. It was approved by the city of Edinburgh. There's water via North Alamo water supply and sewer by septic tanks. The variance is to reduce the minimum lot width from 100 feet to 50 feet. We're recommending approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
The next 3 items are for preliminary approval. A Valadez number 2 subdivision, precinct 4 is a 5-lot subdivision in a flood zone X. Drainage is natural percolation. It's in the rural area of the county. Water is provided by North Alamo, sewer by septic tanks. We're recommending approval.
So moved. Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
The next item is Bella Woods subdivision, precinct 4. It's a 52-lot subdivision in a flood zone X. There is storm drainage and drain ditch widening. It was approved by the city of Edinburgh. There's water via North Alamo water supply. Sanitary sewer provided by the city of Edinburgh. And 1 internal street is to be paved by the developer. We're recommending approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Next item is Del Rey Estates Unit 3 subdivision, precinct 4. It's a 211 residential and 23 commercial lot subdivision in a flood zone B. There is storm drainage for the subdivision. It was approved by the city of Edinburgh. Water is provided by North Alamo water supply and sewer by septic tanks. 7 internal streets are to be paved by developer. We're recommending approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
The next item is, the next 3 items are for final approval. Universal Estates RL subdivision, precinct 4 is a 1-lot commercial subdivision in a zone B. There are detention ponds connecting to an existing type A inlet. It was approved by the city of Edinburgh. Water is provided by North Alamo. Sanitary sewer by the city of Edinburgh. We're recommending approval.
So moved. Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Next item, Fuentes Legacy subdivision, precinct 1 is a 2-lot subdivision in a flood zone X. Drainage is natural percolation. It was approved by the city of Wesco. Water is provided by North Alamo and sewer by septic tanks. We're recommending approval.
Some disclosure here. First of all, there's no relationship here, even though the developer's name there in parentheses is the name of my mother.
Oh, really?
By chance, yes. There's
Antonia
no
Fuentes.
There's no relationship or conflict here, so I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
Next item, Brushline Estate subdivision, precinct 4 is a 5-lot subdivision in a flood zone X. Drainage is natural percolation. It was approved by the city of Edinburgh. There's water via North Alamo and sewer by septic tanks. We're recommending approval.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
The last item is final approval with a financial guarantee. Rivera subdivision, precinct 4 is a 2-lot subdivision in a flood zone X and AE. The buildable area for lot 2 has been revised to zone X by a letter of map revision with FEMA. Drainage is natural percolation. It's in the rural area of the county. Water is provided by North Alamo. There's an existing septic tank on lot 1, and lot 2 has a $1,500 escrow that has been deposited with the county. So we're recommending final approval with a financial guarantee.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Item 17, precinct 4.
Hey, good afternoon, Judge Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
This is an update on the Milo Ponce project. If you remember, we were doing some renovations for this park that serves some of the rural areas of Precinct 4, and we're going to have a dedication and a grand opening on April 29th at 1 p.m. We distributed some invitations earlier today to the people here and to you if you could join us. We're also going to be dedicating the park to former Commissioner J.R. Milo Ponce. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Item 18, Budget Office.
Morning, Judge, Commissioner. Sergio Cruz, Department of Budget and Management. Item 18A is approval of medical coverage for temporary employees listed below as per the Affordable Care Act, IRS Code Section 4980H, shared responsibilities for employers regarding health insurance.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Item 18B1, A and B, is approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor and appropriation of those funds into the Precinct 1 Midway Road project in the total amount of $387,646.90.
Move for approval.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item 18B, 2, A and B, is approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor and appropriation of those funds in the amount of, and this is a corrected amount from the agenda, is $126,828.03 into the CO's 2016 courthouse fund.
Move for approval. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And item 18B3, A and B, is approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor and appropriation of those funds and interfund transfer in the amount of $250,000.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye. 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 Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, 19A1, this is acceptance and approval of the Hidalgo County procedures for selection and contracting with professional service providers for federal road projects as drafted by the Purchasing Department and reviewed and approved by TxDOT, FAR District, with final review as to form by legal counsel Atlas Hall and Rodriguez.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item 2 is 2A is requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262-024AC as state agency of this state.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
B is pursuant to Texas Human Resources Code establishes procedures for the state use program Title 40, Texas Administrative Code, Chapter 806, for the Texas Workforce Commissions through Texas Industries for Blind and Handicapped, also known as TIBH, Community Rehabilitation Program, CPR, detailed in the supporting documentation herein, to approve and contract between Hidalgo County and CPR RGR Industries for the provision of turnkey solutions for materials, installation of guardrails and related supplies, and subject to compliance with statutory documents such as the 1295, if and when applicable. I recommend approval subject to compliance.
Also approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
We do have a TIBH representative, if there's any questions. Item 3, presentation of the scoring grid for the purposes of Commissioners Court qualifying the responses received so as to continue the CMAR process. Number 023, construction manager at risk for construction of Memorial Park Phase 1 in Precinct 4. As you can see, the some evaluators rankings are 318.3 for Holchemont, Grancelli Construction at 261.60. Does the court wish to rank them in that order of those scores?
For approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item B is authority to commence the negotiation process with a qualified ranked firm of Holchemont Limited by the following selected designated parties. And this is through B2Z and Warren Engineering Group as a professional leads for the Purchasing Department as the facilitator. For the purpose of letter of engagement contract with construction manager at risk for the construction of the Memorial Park Phase 1.
So move.
Approval.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item B1, this is for Precinct 1, discussion, consideration, and action to the final negotiated.
How about C?
The presentation.
Oh, C, I'm so sorry. C, you're correct. Presentation. The monthly report, the reason I skipped it is B2C on the construction of the new Memorial Park Phase 1. Mr. Del Angel will give that report directly to Precinct 4. Okay. Sorry, there's no action on it. Item B1, this is discussion, consideration, and action on the final negotiated AIA document B-133-2014 agreement between Hidalgo County owner and ROFA architect for the design and construction of Precinct 1's tax substation, subject to legal counsel's final review and approval as to form. There is some minor tweaking of the new AIA form of general conditions that are being finalized as we speak. And that's a recommendation.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
2 is acceptance and approval of the interlocal cooperation agreement between County of Hidalgo and the City of Elsa for road construction improvements project mile 17.5, consisting of a portion of mile 17.5 road beginning 125 feet west of FM 88 on mile 17.5, ending at FM 88, resuming east of FM 88 for a total of 125 feet where the road interconnects with the part of the county road.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
On this item, I am going to there was a point of information from the auditor, and after discussing it with Mayor Suarez, I'm just going to read B as the following. In accordance with Section 791.0014 of the Texas Government Code, requesting approval of project to reconstruct approximately 250 linear feet of mile 17.5 road from 125 linear feet west of FM 88 to 125 linear feet east of FM 88. And that's the way I'd like it on the minutes.
So you need action for
Action,
that?
yes.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
On item 3, Precinct 1 is requesting approval of the Second Amendment of interlocal agreement between the City of Elsa for the road overlay improvements project of 17.5, mile 17.5.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Precinct 1 is requesting approval to accept the following assets as a donation from Drainage District Number 1 to Hidalgo County Precinct 1, a 1999 GMC 1500 pickup truck with the VIN number as posted and valued at $2,088.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 5 is Precinct 1 is requesting acceptance and approval of Supplemental 1 for LNG Consulting Engineers. Contract number is 103, resulting in additional survey work, additional signal design work, reduced ROW reappraisals, reviews, additional PS&E, with an estimated increase of $64,359 for services under Work Authorization 2 for Mile 1, for Precinct 1's Mile 6 project, sorry.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
C1, Precinct 2, acceptance and approval of Work Authorization 10 with an estimated cost of $681,297.07 as submitted by project engineer LNG Consulting Engineers to provide PS&E and other design-related services for Precinct 2's Regional Linear Park Project, Section 2, Ridge Road to Hall Acres through contract number 046.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And B is pursuant to contract with LNG, Article 14, a request for approval by engineer to permit the subcontracting of Ergonomic Transportation Solutions Incorporated in connection with contract number 46, Work Authorization 10 for Precinct 2, Regional Linear Park Project, Section 2.
So moved. Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
D, Precinct 4, 1, requesting approval of Work Authorization 4 in the amount of $314,965 under current on-call agreement with B2Z Engineering, contract number 243, for the provision of engineering services for environmental, public involvement, schematic, hydrologic, pavement design, PS&E, and utilities, uncontrolled mapping, and office surveys for Tex-Mex Road located in Precinct 4.
So moved.
Approval.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Okay, item 2 is requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262-024A4, a professional service.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item B is presentation of the scoring grid for the purposes of ranking by Commissioners Court of those firms that were graded and scored. They were Half and Associates at 97, Gonzalez de la Garza LLC 95, and Land Tech Incorporated 93. Does the court wish to rank them in the order of those scores?
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
C would be authority for purchasing department to negotiate a professional services agreement for on-call engineering services, building repairs, renovations, alterations, additions, and any other related services to county-owned buildings located in Precinct 4, and that would be commencing with the number one rank of firm of Half and Associates.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
D is requesting exemption under Texas Local Government Code 262-024A4, excuse me, a professional service.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Presentation of the scoring grid for the purposes of ranking of the firms graded and evaluated through the county's approved pool of appraisal firms. Multiple professional appraisal services on-call agreements for projects. So there was two sets of grading done. The first set is Leonel Garza and Associates at 96, Paul Hornsby Company at 94, and Southmost Appraisal and Court Witness at 92. Does the court wish to rank them in the order of their scores?
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
The next one, Appraisal House at 98, Professional Appraisal Services at 96, and the Real Estate Center at 92. I have submitted my conflict of interest since the first one, Appraisal House, is a relation to myself. Does the court wish to rank them in the order of the scores?
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
F is authority for the purchasing department to negotiate multiple on-call professional services agreement, of which I will not negotiate. It would be a member of the staff for the purposes of appraisal services for projects located within Precinct 4, and that would be commencing with Leonel Garza and Associates and Appraisal House.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Go to the next one. Requesting exemption, except competitive bidding requirements 262-024A, professional service.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Presentation of the scoring grid for purposes of ranking of the appraisal review services providers that were graded and scored. Professional Appraisal Services 96, Paul Hornsby Company 94, and Southmost Appraisal and Court Witness 92. Does the court wish to rank them in the order of their scores?
So moved.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item I is authority purchasing department to negotiate a professional services agreement for purposes of appraisal review services, commencing with Professional Appraisal Services Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item J, requesting exemption from competitive bidding under Texas Local Government Code 262-024A4, a professional service.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Presentation of the scoring grid for the purposes of ranking of those three firms that were graded and scored for surveying services. That was ROW Surveying Services at 97, LJA Surveying at 95, and Doucette Associates at 93. Does the court wish to rank them in the order of their scores?
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And item L would be authority for the purchasing department to commence negotiations with the number one ranked firm of ROW Surveying Services.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Health and Human Services, we're starting with 1A, approval of the 60-day grace period extension is provided under contract number 106 with UTRGV for the provision of substance abuse treatment and primary care services for adolescents under the same rates and terms and conditions, so as to have no lapse in services while the procurement process is completed and subject to compliance with insurances, the Accord form, and House Bill 1295, when and if applicable, effective June 23rd, 2018 through August 21st, 2018. I recommend approval subject to those.
So moved.
Second.
Those in
compliance.
favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
F1, this is for the Sheriff's Department. They currently have out an RFP. This is action to appoint evaluation committee as recommended on
Marty,
Exhibit A.
What about B, Marty?
I'm sorry. Oh, excuse me. Requesting authority to advertise and approval of the procurement packet as drafted and developed through Health and Human Services Department and attached hereto for the RFQ number 076, which is for the substance abuse treatment and primary care services.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And since I am not privy to the agenda at this moment, the Exhibit A for the Sheriff's Department is action to appoint the Evaluation Committee as recommended under the Exhibit A. That's their procurement packet for jail lobby intake kiosks and deposit release services for Hidalgo County Sheriff. If you concur, I don't know if Ms. Monique can see it. I'm still having trouble receiving anything. It's attached. It's, yes. Will that be in concurrence with the court?
Move for approval.
Okay.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
That is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Did we have anyone sign up in their open forum?
Yes, sir, we do have participants. I will remind the audience to please respect the speaker's time at the podium. There is a 3-minute time limit, and I will advise when there is 1 minute left.
How many people?
We have 3, as one has already left. Our first presenter is Fern McClarity. Miss Fern McClarity.
Actually, it's Mrs., but
I'm sorry, Fern.
52 years almost. Gentlemen, it was brought to my attention by those who cannot believe the increased values that the deadline for this submitting their protest form is May 15th. I want to make sure everyone in the county that received their statement or their bill or their values going up to be prepared to get those in before May 15th. Everyone knows these values are directly related to the construction of the new courthouse and all the spending in the buildings and the cars and everything that y'all are doing right now. And now, as a means of reducing the number of the protests, the time necessary to fill out the form has been shortened. It will not work because sooner or later the voters will understand that this council does not care about the people. Why build a courthouse in a hole? Why build a new courthouse with 50% of the time it is vacant? Tuesday afternoons, Wednesday afternoons, Thursday afternoons, and all day Friday, there's very few courts that are open. If you don't believe me, go to the courthouse yourself. Why build a courthouse when the judges, like I said, are only coming 50% of the time? And why increase taxes on people who cannot pay while allowing friends and other people, loved ones, to not pay any taxes at all? People know that you don't care by your actions, not by what you say. And today on number 15C, you had upcoming public forums, community needs assessment. I can tell you one thing the community needs is for the tax rate, the tax values not to be going up this unmercifully on these people. 13B. The health department, he always puts that on, and I get more phone calls than I see the Delta paper over there, and they're always confused, assuming that the healthcare district is back again. So why are you putting or allowing it to be put on the agenda every week? There's no number, there's no ID, so if he has to put something on there, why not put it on like the rest of the departments when it's needed? You're scaring the heck out of everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next presenter is Ms. Norma Ramirez.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Judge Ramon Garcia and Honorable County Commissioners. My name is Norma Ramirez, and I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to say a few words this morning. I have been to this court many times in the past, and I hope to appear before you more frequently in the future now. Now, that I have been elected as your next county Democratic chair. I pledge to work closely with the commissioners on issues that affect the welfare of our citizens. Looking forward to cooperate with you on getting out the vote, health care, and the coming census, to mention but a few. Today, I want to draw your urgent attention to a severe crisis of confidence in our election department, which is resulting in many entities wanting to conduct their own elections. Okay, thank you. If this is not resolved fairly swiftly and confidence is not restored, it has the potential to further dampen our voter turnout and negatively impact our community. I urge you to please take the urgent steps to resolve this crisis. As you know, many of our schools are trying to run their own elections. So with this in mind, we hope to be able to work closely. I will be meeting and hoping that you allow me to discuss the issues at hand, as I have been contacted by several community mayors. My team has an aggressive GOTV campaign for the November elections, and moving forward, our goal is to increase the voter turnout by 35%, and we hope to have you as partners. I look forward to meeting with each one of you individually in the next few weeks to discuss our plans and to seek your active support and participation. I also want to extend in advance an invitation to all our to our Democratic events, and will make time to consult with you on all issues affecting our party and community. Thank you for your service in our community, and thank you for the opportunity for me to be here today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next presenter is Ms. Jane Cross.
All right, boys, hold on.
Good afternoon. Because you guys are like rude, I just want to tell you that to have something that you could have done at the end of everything, half the people are gone. And I know that time doesn't mean anything to you, but some of the people sitting out here take their time to come and do this because they care. So, getting that off my chest, this is a mother scolding you all, that your mother should have spanked you and told you how to read or watch. Okay, I'm running for Hidalgo County Judge, and what Fern and our Democratic chair says, it's true. We need to get people out to vote, but also the taxes. The reason I decided to run was because of the taxes, and y'all are sitting up there going, oh, but we don't have anything to do with the taxes. That is a crock, and you all know it. You guys collect the people. There's people that we appoint as the judges and as the commissioners to the appraisal district. You call the appraisal district, they don't know anything, they send it to back here. So someplace in the middle, we need to figure out what's going on. And you guys and everybody, we are screwing the people. And I can't stand it. I just happen to have the wherewithal to be able to stand up here and conduct myself in a reasonable manner. There are people out there that are going to lose their homes. There are people out there that are going to lose their businesses because we are taxing them to death. Now, some of you don't get your taxes raised. Some of you don't get all this wonderful stuff. It depends on who you know and what your tax bill says. So I'm just here to say that I'm here to represent the people that can't represent themselves. So if you guys would take a little closer look at how we get our appraisal district approved, I think that would be really good for everybody in Hidalgo County. And I am just, it sickens me to know that there are people that are going to lose their homes because we need more money and we're not a very good manager of our county's money. Thank you.
Judge, Commissioners, for the record, the fourth presenter was going to be Ms. Virginia Townsend, but I do believe she is not in the audience. So.
That do it,
executive session?
Yes, sir. We do have executive session.
Pursuant to 551.071 and 072, I need a motion to proceed to executive session.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We're going to be in executive session.
Unless I sell it before the contract comes around, right?
That's true.
Okay, Judge.
Go for it.
Judge, do you want to open up?
Yeah. All right, at this time, we're going to convene back in open session.
Okay. Judge, if I may, item 23, open session. 23A, real estate acquisition appropriation for same. There is no action to be taken. 23B, pending and or potential litigation. There is no action to be taken. 23C, deliberation regarding the following economic development negotiations pursuant to Chapter 551, Texas Government Code, Section 551.087, Project Petunia, which is proceed as directed. And for the record, we did have one commissioner absent from
Abstain.
absent during that discussion, and there's no action to be taken other than proceed as directed, which Commissioner, for the record, Commissioner Flores is not participating in any discussion and or direction. And so item 23D, Hidalgo County versus U.S. Department of Commerce, Bureau of Census, will just proceed as directed, and I'll bring that next week. And there is no need to have closed session or come back out of open, so we have adjournment, and we do have court next week on Tuesday.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.